what are you looking forward for the draft? First up,
Yeah. So the first two, obviously, we have Cooper Flagg, which there's as much excitement about him as there has been about a player since Victor Wembanyama, obviously. And so the fact that he's going to a team that is already pretty established is exciting. And so this should definitely not be passed over as anything but the Cooper Flagg draft night. This could be the introduction of a real game-changing player in the league. But there's no drama with that. He will be a Dallas Maverick. And I don't think there's any drama with the number 2 pick. Dylan Harper from Rutgers will be Victor Wembanyama's new teammate with the San Antonio Spurs. The draft drama and intrigue will really begin with number 3 and the Philadelphia 76ers. All 3 of the top picks this year, Rich, this is an interesting situation because all 3 of these teams are more established teams that fell to this spot both due to luck in the lottery and because of injury. Because of Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving's injury and lottery luck, Dallas is at number 1. Victor Wembanyama's injury contributed to the Spurs being number 2, and obviously Paul George and Joel Embiid. The talent level under contract for the 76ers does not indicate a top 3 team. So the fact that these top 3 guys are going to these teams creates this extra level of intrigue about how these picks could affect the NBA this season, because very rarely do rookies actually impact winning and losing, because most of the time they go to teams that are not good, impact rookies. So if the 76ers, whatever they do is going to create a lot of cascading effects. The more intriguing player after those first 2 is Ace Bailey out of Rutgers, a player who had a sort of mixed bag during his only season at Rutgers. Was listed at 6'10", measured in at 6'7.5", and then has elected not to participate in individual workouts with teams, at least any that we know about. And there is all kinds of speculation that he has a promise from somebody. And this is what happens when you have a promise. You shut down workouts and try to slip through so that you get that preferred team. I don't know who that preferred team might be. And so because of that, Ace Bailey has slid on the draft boards. Jonathan Gavoni, our draft expert at ESPN, who's the best in the business, he's got him actually going back to number 6 at Washington, even though he's got him number 3 on his board. So what happens to Ace Bailey will be interesting, especially what happens if someone sees him sliding, if he does indeed slide and wants to trade up. So we've already seen 3 first-round picks in this draft traded, and I think there's a couple that are in play in the top 10. Keep an eye on the number 7 pick, which is the New Orleans Pelicans. They last week made a deal with the Indiana Pacers to acquire their pick, the 23rd pick. And there's some belief that they may be trying to package the 23rd pick and their number 7 pick. They also have some draft assets of the Milwaukee Bucks over the next couple of years, which could be very interesting, that they can go. And maybe there's a player in that top 6 or 5 that they may be interested in trading up to. There's a lot of uncertainty around the Hornets at number 4. Would they stay put or would they move back? Because it's possible that the best option there will be guards, and they have guards on their roster, so that's possibly in play. And then the Raptors at number 9. The Raptors are showing interest in potentially moving. There's a lot of uncertainty in the Eastern Conference next season, Rich, and the Raptors seem to think that they want to see if they can use the number 9 pick and a player on their roster to improve. Now, the number 9 pick has been out there being offered around a little bit. So I think we could see, look, for all I know, it'll go in order. Ace Bailey will go 3. There'll be no trades in the top 10. But there is some intrigue. So I would specifically that sort of middle hour after the number 2 pick goes, keep an eye on that middle hour. We could have some drama in there.
Brian Windhorst here on the Rich Eisen Show with a superb soliloquy to set the stage for the draft, the NBA draft that's going down on Wednesday night on the ESPN family of networks. Based on all that, what I took away is that the Sixers have the first domino, essentially, in this draft. Ace Bailey may have been standing on a New Brunswick phone book when he got measured when he arrived at school. A complete mystery as to what he can do in the NBA and who might be interested in him. And also, rookies in the NBA are rarely impactful in a first season. Is that why the Rockets, when they're chock full of young players, they're like, screw it, let's just send the 10th pick and Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks and a whole bunch of 2s for Durant. Let's go win right now. Is that part of the reasoning? there?
Before they even did the Durant trade, the number 10 pick was available. I think the Rockets, if you remember, they had the number 3 pick last year. They drafted Reed Shepherd, and Reed Shepherd could not crack the rotation this year. Now he did have an injury in the latter part of the season that also impacted his availability. But I'm not sure Houston thought there was a player they could take at 10 that would be able to dramatically improve them this year. Whereas of course Kevin Durant certainly can, and so I think they were looking to move back anyway because they are trying to manage some of their salaries going forward. I think the number 10 pick was always available, and when they could include it in for Durant, they definitely were willing to do that.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.